golden sub tries not to crease, and meanwhile's keeping nice and warm in bed with Russian uniform. Meanwhile, the handyman is opening another can. Technical difficulties, they're really such a crime. Technical difficulties, they happen all the time. It's Yellow Belly Tabletop time. It's Yellow Belly Tabletop time. It's Yellow Belly Tabletop time. Sometimes they're salty about the gaming biz, and nobody knows who Upworlder is. Technical difficulties, they're really such a crime. Technical difficulties, they happen all the time. It's Yellow Belly Tabletop 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 time.
Evening all. We're just talking about Carnivale. Looks like a quiet one tonight. Is everybody celebrating VE Day? We're all drunk and under the table. Hello, Crispin. Hello to Darren, also known as Demon Sub.
No spam.
Darren says, so which is Paul and which is David, the mushroom head and the candle head characters? Well, there's my candle head is supposed to represent my little light up headset thing. Also, you'll notice the pink guy's really big and the purple guy's really small. And that, if you've ever met us in real life, that's the giveaway. So, in terms of the massive
pink troll is forever smoking.
Yeah, vaping, and obviously the massive spectacles on the little purple guy again are a bit of a giveaway. So, Spam and Egg, that's David's other half, if you knew. Hello to everybody, by the way. Well, do you know what? It's summer, so everybody's got better things to do.
Is it summer though? Because it's really not summer weather outside.
Oh, that was a weird echo.
What's that?
Oh.
Did David get a circumcision? No, I didn't.
Why is that echoing? Can anybody else hear David echoing really weirdly, or is it just my headset?
I think it might just be you, mate.
Okay, that's fair. I'll take it. Oh, I know maybe what it is. Yeah, no, okay. Advanced audio props. Advanced.
You got me from two different sources simultaneously?
I might have. Let me just see if I can fix that, because that is a little bit weird. Sort of echo.
He's in an echo chamber.
Right. Oh no! Hang on a minute.
Carnivale shit.
I was going to say, oh, don't start this bollocks again. Oh, fucking hell. So, just give me some audio, mate.
Are the people at home winding you up?
No, there is definitely something wrong with there is definitely something wrong with the current iteration of OBS Studio. Whereas we had flawless audio before, there's definitely it's not working the same. Just give me some audio test, mate.
Testing, 1, 2,
Yeah,
3.
okay.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I'm going to apologise in advance if David's audio dies when I go across to the web
Firefox.
browser to show off the web pages. But I will try and what I'll try and do is switch pages and skip back to OBS as soon as possible. Because I've got a feeling there's something wrong with the OBS now when it's losing fucking focus on various windows. It must be a Windows 11 OBS thing. I haven't got a clue what's going on.
Yes, there is a new 2.3 rulebook, Paul.
Okay, right. I better have a look at that, see if there's any changes. So, good to see everybody. Small crowd. But that's fine. I'm sure the rest of you will catch up later. And if you don't...
Just
Why not?
saying, the people here have got Stockholm Syndrome.
Right, okay. So, yeah, I think we've done our shout out. So if you're new, welcome. Over the next couple of hours, we are going to be following our usual format. So what we did at club, including the painting competition, actually. Now, that was a bit weird. I don't appear to have had... I got a message from Paul at Pandyman Entertainment saying, oh, I've got an entry for a competition. I've checked the emails and I can't seem to see it. So whether he sort of like thought better of it or had
issues,
and second thoughts or didn't get around to it, don't know. But yeah. So yeah, we've got painting competition which happened at club. Then we will have a little bit of we'll show you obviously what we're going to be working on during live stream tonight, because this is a hobby live stream after all. So we're here to get some work done, which David always does way better at than me, bastard. Still, never mind. Then we'll have a bit of a waffle. Then around 9 o'clock, we're going to talk about something that we've had on our back burner list for a while, which is about basically the opinions about fucking war games, tabletop games, role-playing games. You're just last out with them. And we wanted...
They're like arseholes. Everyone's got one.
And we wanted to just sort of... I won't spoil the takeaway, but we just sort of wanted to sort of like... we
want to give you our opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to give you our opinion on opinions.
I know you didn't ask for our opinion on opinions, but you're getting it anyway.
Yeah, we're in some sort of like meta fucking spiral.
It's a cult.
Yeah, so right, mate. What are you working on tonight? Do you want to show off to everybody?
Come on down.
Let's go with... Oh, you're working on your mouse?
We have
well, you got a problem with it?
No. So, boys and girls, am I actually on the internet showing my screen or not?
Should be. Know. I can see it. So hopefully everybody
there we go. Yes, I
can.
am. So, you will have seen that these were in a painting comp the other week.
Yes.
I'm getting around to doing the bases.
Uh-huh.
Because I went to Dicini at the weekend and bought some Geek Gaming Scenics base ready.
Is that the same one that Ricky got?
Yes. Yeah. Look at those red chunks, boys and girls.
Yeah, Ricky's...
So we're gonna do dwarves on a mountain pass with some snow.
Yeah, nice. That'll look good.
So yeah, that's where we're getting at, and then that will be my first unit based, and hopefully I might get these guys finished tonight.
What have you got left to paint on those? They look pretty far
Just
along.
Some tankers.
Oh, I
and
see.
Some
horns. Okay,
and
yeah.
Some bracelets and things. But while I've got them, I'm going to get them done and maybe get some miners finished.
Nice.
Look at them brass helmets, though, boys and girls.
Those look great, mate. They look really good. I love that blue metallic, which I think we've covered on last week's stream, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Such a good colour. Great for dwarves.
Just ties in really well getting it finished. Now, the only question I do have, this insignia,
Haha.
how do I paint it? Do I paint it gold? Do I paint it bronze? Do I paint it orange?
Gold.
Gold?
Yeah, because do you know what I would do? I would lean into the gold, do the whole, like, all of the roping, the tassels. I'd do that as like a gold braid. I would just go ham with the gold, mate. If it were me, I think.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
So yeah,
I like cheese me. Hello, sir.
Little bits and pieces to finish off, but at the moment we are getting bases done so that I can slather some base ready on, because, boys and girls, just a little bit of roving reporter action for you here. I'm playing Hobgoblin on Monday.
Ooh,
so I kind of need some things to play Hobgoblin with. Cue me furiously painting like a bastard.
To be fair, good on you though. At least you're doing what we should do, which is use upcoming games as a big motivator. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah.
More Hobgoblin. I mean, to be fair, it'll be my first time playing Hobgoblin in Anger that wasn't a demo game.
Yeah, the only Hobgoblin we've played previously, Darren, was the sort of the free rules that they released as part of the Kickstarter campaign.
The demo edition.
The sort of like the slimmed down basic version without magic and stuff. No, well,
because the other thing is, I've got Hobgoblin this coming week, and then the week after, I have Oathmark with you, don't I?
Yep, we do. 750 point starter game. What are we going to do? Are we going to roll our territories randomly?
I'm not.
You'll. Okay, I might, just for the shits and giggles.
Yeah, but you can, because you've got shit ton of stuff. I basically just want all the dwarves, so
That's true.
No fucks. I give no fucks about Goblin and Empire territory. Fuck you, dirty
that's
Empire
true.
bastards.
I've got everything: elves, humans, dwarves, goblin. Oh, actually, dwarves might be tricky. I might have to do some speed painting if I get dwarves. But I might roll randomly. We'll see what it is. Yeah. Yes, Darren. We had. I mean, again, I think because I bought David the full Hobgoblin rulebook as a Christmas present, and
By
I
the
think
way,
they did a lot to fix.
You dropped that back with me, didn't you?
Yes, mate, I did. We did a lot to. I think they've done a lot to fix the problems that we found with the sort of basic version.
They've tightened up bits and pieces, tightened up rules, legislations, etc. that weren't detailed in the demo game. And the other thing being as well, magic is actually quite good.
Yeah. As I say, with the basic version, we just sort of found there wasn't a great balance between a lot of the abilities that you could add, the buffs that you could add to your units, and some were just like absolute no-brainers to take. Essentially, once you started sort of like double toughing stuff, it was just like ridiculous. You could just stamp your opponent's face into the ground. But ultimately, I still think I mean, I bought it for David because the miniature agnostic element of Hobgoblin, the fact that you can literally 3D print, craft what you like, play with what you like, was just like an absolute no-brainer for a complete 3D printing fanatic like David. I just think the rule system was built for him. It was made for David.
In a close second was Oathmark. Do you want to come away from my desk?
Yeah, so done it, mate.
Move shit.
So let's swap over. And let's have. I'm going to be picking at various little bits, I think, tonight.
Who's that just rocked in saying we look like RuneQuest fans?
I don't know. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce your username.
Star. There we go.
To be fair, RuneQuest was a game that I do remember dabbling with a little bit when I was a teenager.
I own some RuneQuest. Oh no, I don't. I own Rune Wars. Sorry.
Anonymous mystery person, yeah. Sort of like it's that's got to be the most, and not even a picture. It's sort of like just completely neutral fucking stock image and no name. Great. I love it. To be fair, if you've done, maybe it is. Hello, Donald.
Whack whack.
Oh. Could be. Paul, is that you? Knock twice if that's you. Yeah, I tell you what, all credit to you. If you've created that profile specifically to troll chats on YouTube, do you know what, mate? Well done for the effort. Or madam, whoever, whatever you are. Well done. Love it. Fucking brilliant. Where were we? Oh yeah, we're going to tell you what I'm going to work on. So, I've got a few little bits and pieces to pick at. Let's have my desk cam up. So, you'll be seeing one of these in a bit.
Is your hobby desk like a carrion's corpse?
My hobby desk is fucking chaos, frankly. I was thinking earlier I need to bloody have a clear up, but still, we'll get to that later. These are the 3D printed Rangerfurs that David did me for our upcoming Frostgrave campaign. I completed one for the painting comp, which we'll see in a bit. I want to finish this one off as well. I've got two more up there in front of me, but they're not primed yet. So I'm going to get this one, hopefully make some progress on it. Are
you not batch paint? Are you not doing a cheeky little batch paint?
I was, as you can tell by the fact it's like half done. Then I realised I was running out of time for the painting comp, so I switched to concentrating on just getting one done, and left this guy half finished. So I've got to pick up where I left off and get him over the line. And then let me just reach over here. If, by some fucking miracle, I manage to get him fully painted, which is like, yeah, that's not going to happen, Paul. Let's get real. I'm just going to clean up my... these are the other models that I need, the petrified men. So I want to basically get these guys flash removed, bases cleaned up, so that I can put them on some maybe 25mm rounds and get these painted. I mean, essentially these are zombies made of rock, so this is going to be like paint them grey, dry brush, with then probably paint some details on their eyes and stuff.
Can I caution you in just painting them grey?
Yeah, go on, caution away.
Green grey from Villaggio.
Yeah, okay. Because ultimately they need to look like they're made out of stone. I suppose, yeah. We'll work something out. Anyway, I don't think they're not primed. So, I know. Chris, yeah. Do you know what, Crispin? I listened to a bit of Trump's speech earlier. Obviously, it's great that we're getting. Do you know the nicest thing from me? And don't take offence, cheese me, but I've got concerns about the British government's commitment to our American relations, particularly where there might be tension between turning towards Europe and turning towards the US. And I'm glad that the UK government doesn't appear to be pandering to European agendas, you know, particularly as we voted to leave the main project, and that particularly where it might affect our relations to the US. Yeah, yeah, okay, Crispin, maybe. Um, but like I say, I'm quite a pro US sort of person. I would quite like this country to have good, strong ties to the United States of America. And leaders come and leaders go, but the United States of America has got massive ties to the UK. Going back to our colonial past and even the wars we fought against each other and with each other. But do you know what I mean? To be fair, we are lazy bastards in the UK, cheese me. I will give you that. Rather than actually put some effort in and learn any foreign languages, we'd rather just sort of bully everybody else into using English. That's one of those things that I've always thought's fucking hysterical about us English people. It's sort of like, why try hard? Just get everybody else to speak our language. Arrogant bastards.
It's kind of what happens when you owned 1.80% of the world and
Yeah.
the sun never set on your empire.
Yeah.
Because you went and just went, fuck it, I want that bit.
To be fair though,
and I'll have that bit over there as well while I'm at it.
To be fair though, that the days of fucking empire, the fucking sun set on that sun. I tell you, I can't. The days where now we're just an insignificant speck on the arse of Europe. Trump, like the BBC tested you. To be fair, it's a wonder that the BBC don't basically just sort of like, make a policy not to play his voice. Anyway, enough politics. But yes, I am enthusiastically pro-American, and I'm glad that we are. I mean, again, we are not a significant. I mean, America probably wouldn't give a shit whether it had a trade deal with the UK or not. Let's not get an overinflated sense of our own importance in the modern global economy. As I say, the days of Britain being one of the global powerhouses are so far in the past. We can only experience it on the gaming table. But as I say, generally I'm quite positive about it.
I would like to just make a public service announcement.
Yeah.
Because I in particular have been listening to the Breachside broadcast. Not that I'm addicted to Malifaux right now, because I'm having to yearn for it, seeing as I'm not allowed to buy any until 2026. I was a good boy at the weekend. I didn't buy any. However, I've got a problem, boys and girls. I'm 17 episodes in, and Colette, who I was going to collect, has been introduced to me, and yeah, she's cool. She's a performer that does some smuggling, and she's a bit of a showgirl. But I'm yet to find a character that's been introduced to me that I don't like. I've just discovered Hero, one of the resurrectionist lot.
Right.
And her story and back arc is she was dating the governor's son.
I'm gonna get rid of
the
my
governor
phone
didn't like
it's in
it.
my way.
The governor arranged for her to be killed. The person doing the killing fucked up and killed the governor's son instead. But it awokened a power inside her, and oh my god, is she a fucking badass! Absolute fucking amazing. Just basically dreams of killing people, tearing people inside out, etc. And lo and behold, it's Malifaux. So it happens. It's like, Jesus. Some of the descriptions, little bit vivid.
What's this on this podcast?
On the podcast, yeah.
I still need to give that a listen. to be fair, obviously if you're finding it compelling,
I'm really liking it. It's like two short stories, typically anywhere between like 30-minute and an hour runtime.
yep.
I'm listening to it on the commute on the way to work and then on the way home from work. As I say, I'm 17 episodes in and I'm quite enjoying it.
Nice.
And actually, it's the first time, probably, with a game that I'm absolutely in love with the lore and like the alternate steampunky Victoriana history of it. Just sings to me.
Isn't it weird? Because it's a game, obviously, even though I've sort of been into it for literally years, we've never really brought it to the table, and it's weird, isn't it? We probably should have done long ago, but like I say, there's no rush. You've got plenty of time to work out for 2026 who it is you're going to pay and collect.
I might end up doing two.
I think, to be fair though, we often will end up doing that anyway, won't we? I think with these, particularly when you've got a lot of very different and unique flavoured factions in a game like Malifaux has, just collecting two different model collections is really worth the while. You know, it's not like having two different chapters of Space Marines, because they're very different, all of the factions in Malifaux.
You're going to upset the people on the internet that like Space Wars because they're non-Codex Astartes compliant.
Well, to be
wait
fair,
a minute, they don't watch our show.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's very true. If you're looking for 40k stuff, you've come to the wrong place. In fact, if you're looking for anything Games Workshop, you've come to the wrong fucking place. Let's talk briefly before we talk about Club. Let's mention briefly, obviously, at the weekend just gone, we did go to the Diceni event in Norwich. My intention is to put a small video out. Like David mentioned before, when we go to Expo, we'll probably put the videos to launch then, so that the week we don't stream, we've got at least some video content coming out to sort of maintain our pattern in the algorithm.
Audience retention.
Yeah. It was fine. It was a reasonably good event. It was a bit quieter than last year, would you say, mate?
Yeah, smaller than other years. And actually, Warlord's first time at the show.
Yes. Yep.
And I spent more money in Langley's and Athena than I did in... Well, no, tell a lie. Spent more money in Langley's, which is like a toy shop locally that has shit. Then it was
hobby gaming thing.
Warlord at the show, and then it was Athena.
Yeah. So yeah, it was okay.
I nearly tempted you, didn't I? I nearly tempted you into a new game. I nearly got you to Cave.
What was that?
Pike and Shot Samurai.
Oh, fucking hell, yes. Yeah. Yeah, that is almost certainly happening next year. I love the look of the samurai stuff from Warlord to go with their Pike and Shot rules. So I'll almost certainly be pulling the trigger on that next year. Like David, we're limited to 2026 for new games. And you know what? I'm determined to stick to it because I think it's going to be good for our hobby in general and good for our mental health. Do you know what? I had great fun playing the Space Wolf characters and cards in the 40k CCG, but I've never owned any Space Wolf army, and I quite would like. Do you know what I mean? If I was to paint and collect some Games Workshop models, well, Space Wolves would be up there. I wanted to do Space Wolves for Heresy as well.
Well,
they don't get a lot of the unique models that obviously occur in the post-Heresy period, but I still think they're a cool faction.
I tell you what I'm thinking. I might do some for kill team.
Yeah,
Do a Phobos kill team because I've got fucking loads of Phobos sprues.
I mean, to be fair, we've talked about this before. I know that, let's put it this way, the chances of you or I getting 40k to the table are less than none in its current form. And I don't think you don't have really the investment in the history to probably be keen to play older editions. But I would definitely like to introduce you to Kill Team because I think that's a game we could enjoy.
Yeah.
The new iteration.
To be fair, we need to play some more Warcry, to be brutally honest, as well, mate, because you've got your starter set. I need to get my starter set finished and the terrain done for that, and let's get that to the table this year as well.
Yeah, definitely. Even though Games Workshop have killed it, I'm still happy to, enjoy the stuff I've got. Because do you know what? It doesn't matter if a game dies. Nobody ever takes your toys away. You can always just play on.
And the flip side with Warcry is it's actually a GW game that plays in a sensible amount of time.
Yeah. My experience has been that it just plays in a quick. Darren says, I owned and painted the original metal Beyond the Fell-Handed Dreadnought. It was like a brick. To be fair, though, everything back in Games Workshop's early days was all white metal bricks, wasn't it? I mean, things like the fucking original steam tank for Warhammer Fantasy Battle, I think, was basically the weight of a small car. Yeah, they again. For me, I mean, bless him. Actually, do you know what? We should probably apologise. There was a guy. Do you know what? All credit to him. I don't know whether he was part of Athena or what. But basically, his job at Dicini was to basically sell Kill Team. And he had a board and he was sort of trying to tempt people to play. And I said to him, that's all right, I know how it plays, mate, because I've played the new Kill Team. And I was a bit, I'm the problem with me is I'm very direct. And I was like, I love this version of Kill Team, best version of Kill Team there's ever been. I liked it when they took it away from core 40k rules, and then they drove me away with a stupid FOMO marketing.
Release only on a Saturday. Yeah. I tell you the other brilliant thing. You just like pissing off Athena employees. Every time we've been to Norwich in the past 18 months, have you fucked off an Athena employee in one way or another?
Well, yeah, but to be fair, the pattern is they try and convince me.
Shield it GW, and we're just like, yeah, we're all right, mate.
That's all right, mate. Yeah, I know exactly. And he said, oh, it's all changed now. If you want anything, you can always get it. Blah blah blah. And it's like, yeah, but do you know what the problem is? I've moved on, mate. Do you know what I mean? I've moved on.
They had their one chance.
Yeah.
Their one shot, and they burnt it.
Because the thing is, the market is now flooded enough where you're not scrabbling around for options. So, that's there it goes. So game club night, David, and it was obviously first Monday, first club night of the calendar month. So we played a board game, didn't we, mate? Called Living Forest. Is that right?
Yes, we did. Spam was involved as well.
Nice little game.
There's a lot. It looks cute and twee, and it's like children's first board game on the surface.
Rich was like, "Is this a game for kids?"
It really isn't, boys and girls.
Yeah, Rich was like, "This looks like a kids game." Yeah, well, it might look like it, but it ain't. So, there's a lot going on. It's one of these sort of like multiple mechanism games.
Push your luck, roundel building, tableau building,
deck building to some degree. It was resource management. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. Quite a nice little game. What was it, about 2 hours for three of us?
Yeah, it was just over 2 hours, but we were chatting shit and stuff.
Yeah, we sort of dissected the game at the end. And yeah, and again, it was a bargain because I think Sam bought this at Athena, didn't she?
Yeah, she did buy it. No, she bought it at Zatu.
Oh, she bought it at Zata. That's right, yeah.
The one and only time we've been to Zatu
Last
in Norwich and was so... No, it wasn't last year. It was February.
Oh, no,
when
because
we
it
went to
was, yeah,
ZatuCon.
ZatuCon. ZatuCon, yeah, that's right.
And it was we have never been so disappointed to visit a shop.
Yeah. Yeah, 26 quid. Absolute steal at that money. And great production values. So yeah, that was what we did. We also obviously had painting competition. Now there were 2 entrants at club. Ricky entered a bolt action piece, so it's not quite finished. He's got some worked. What you're looking at here is
Half a diorama.
Yeah, 2 Russian field guns. Don't ask. I think they're captured German packs or something. Somebody who's a bolt action expert will be able to tell us exactly what they are. So he's got a couple of Russian field guns, and then what he's done, he's built like a little diorama base to put the field guns on, and then there's like a radio operator or an officer at the back, and he wants to put either a tent or some piece at the back there where you can see the basing isn't finished. So it's not quite the complete job, but he entered it anyway, which is absolutely fine because, you know, we run a fairly relaxed ship at club. It's just about getting people to participate and get stuff painted. And I tell you what, his collection of Russian bolt action is coming along lovely. He's got
mental,
he's got fucking Russian naval troops. He's got NKVD. He's got like the militia, hasn't he? With the guys in civvies. He's got some beautiful models as part of his collection of Russian army stuff. The only thing he doesn't have at the moment is a lot of vehicles and armoured cars and stuff like that. But hopefully
You don't need them to play bolt action.
No, you don't. But I think it would be nice for him to have a range of options to bring some. I mean, he's got what, a T-32 now?
T-34.
T-34. So
Speaking of which,
it'd be nice if he had some options to bring, you know, like armoured cars and trucks and other things.
Let's get my SDK 251 out.
So that was Ricky's entry. And I entered my other Rangerfer that I got finally finished for. So this is going to be used in our Frostgrave campaign. Now, obviously, the theme was War Trophy, and Ricky got he's sort of like bringing in the Russian idea of everything's borrowed or stolen or captured on the battlefield, because obviously the Russians...
Is it tied down? No. Quick, put it in the back of the van.
Repurpose it. I go. So that was sort of his take on the theme. For those of you who don't know, Rangerfers are undead hunting reindeer men in the Frostgrave mythology. So as these guys hunt and kill reindeers, I thought what I would do was add some...
No, they don't hunt and kill reindeers.
Sorry.
They're reindeers that hunt and kill undead.
I was trying to talking faster than my brain could work. So because they hunt and kill undead, I thought what I would do is for the war trophy element, just get a few skulls. So I got some old GW skulls from my bits box, and just used some wire to hang them from the antlers like trophies, and I think it came out quite well. Basically, to be fair, these ones which are by that Spanish guy, I think it's Frost City is the Kickstarter, is it, mate?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These are much more beast-manish than the North Star miniature ones, which are more reindeer-like. But these are good models, and David's done a cracking job printing them. The only thing I don't like about these sculpts are the feet. So I think the North Star miniatures ones have a more classic reindeer hoof. These
have
one
more
for some
bird-like
reason
feet.
have ape-like hands for feet. And it's an odd modelling or design choice. I don't really understand why he did it, but do you know what?
What?
It is what it is, so it's fine. But yeah, so that was my entry. We forgot to take votes on the night, but after dragging everything in, it was like 4-1 to me. But we don't really care about the votes. As I say, the purpose of our painting event is just to get people to take part and get something painted. So, if you're interested and want to submit something for next month, I think the theme is Berserk.
Sounds about right.
And we will be. So again, same as this month. The club will be running we will be judging miniatures at the club on Monday the 2nd of June and talking about it on the internet on the 5th. So if you want to submit a picture of a model with the theme Berserker, or frankly just submit anything that you think looks cool, there is an email address in the video description, or you can direct message me it on the On Tabletop Discord if you're a member of the On Tabletop community, which I hope you are, and you should very well be, because it's one of the best communities online for people who miniature wargame.
I know what I'm doing.
You know what your subject's going to be, yeah?
Yeah, I got a Frostgrave warband with 2 barbarian in it.
Okay, that sounds like a winner. I haven't got a clue yet, and I will probably decide with literally 48 hours to go what I'm going to paint.
No, you won't be deciding with 48 hours to go, dickhead. Because if you decide with 48 hours to go, we will be in Birmingham.
Yeah, I better take it with me so I can paint it there then.
I'm not going to say what I just thought out loud, but I will tell you about it afterwards.
So, yeah, that was Gaming Club and painting competition. Done.
Fucking hell, Warlord, your fucking sprues need some detailing because the mismatch on this mold tool is fucking egregious.
You got, is it a bit unusable?
I've got a small hillock.
What's that? And is that your German armoured car?
Yeah, it's my SD card.
Right. Shall we do some news?
It's the part of the show that we have come to know as the latest salty blizzard of nerdy sorrow. More news than you can shake the salt at. More news than you can shake the salt at.
Right. Jeez me, he says the news song that's longer than the news. Do you know what, mate? Most weeks it actually is. But do you know what? We got to pad those 2 hours somehow.
It could be worse. We could give you the unedited original.
Yeah, that was like 3 minutes long. It's pretty cool, but it is a bit long for a jingle. So, there's a few videos to share off the old YouTubes to this week, because I've been watching and enjoying some YouTube, which is a pleasant change. I found it's stagnated quite a bit for myself, but we got some nice stuff this week. Oh, where's this guy's belt, for fuck's sake? I can't tell where the sash ends and the belt begins, and it pisses me off.
Anyway,
Right.
dickhead, you're meant to be doing the news, not talking about sashes.
So, this was a video from Lords of War Games and Hobbies, the Canadian guys who are friends of Ash Barker. And this was really back to what we were discussing before, politics. It's quite a nice little vid, worth a watch, because it's basically this guy's take on how you deal with politics, people who want to bring views and opinions that might be unwelcome into a wargaming space. Obviously, these guys always frame their videos from the point of view of a game shop, so it's a tricky one for them. But do you know what? It's a good video, and the general message is one that I think should be echoed, which is that context is everything. We've all got opinions, you know, as we will discuss later.
See you later, topic,
Yeah.
boys and girls.
Everybody's got a fucking opinion on absolutely everything, to be honest. And do you know what? There are some arenas where your opinions might be valid, and other arenas where your opinions might just be completely inappropriate. And a great life skill is learning to compartmentalize what, you know, the thoughts that might be racing through your head. And do you know what I mean? It's just a common human courtesy to pay attention to the context and the environment you're in, is all I'll say on the matter. But yeah, good video. Yeah. Yes, Cheesy. That was. We were struggling to come up with a way to not make that the actual fucking thumbnail text for the show today. But yeah, you're right. What else we got here? Basically, I wanted to show this because Warlord are releasing a load of fucking they've got a load of vehicle bundles on order for bolt action.
No, for fuck's
So
sake.
there are.
Luckily, I own bolt action, so I'm allowed to buy this shit. That's a load of Willis Jeeps I see.
Yeah, and they've got like you can buy.
Are they American or British?
I think those are American. They're
Damn it. Fucking you just seen Ewoks comment.
There's a tank. Hang on a minute. Let me scroll down. There's a fucking.
Please tell
Look
me
at
they've
this.
got a Tetrarch.
Look at this. M3 Grant armored platoon in a all three for a box in a box. Fucking brilliant.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's, as I say, I'm
And of course, they've got the Tetrarch fucking starter for bloody, what's it called?
for.
British Airborne.
I
With a
apologise if
fucking-
David's audio is dropping out. Yeah, they've got fucking British and Canadian winter shit. British and Canadian winter stuff. There's loads of bits and pieces there. So, as I say,
Now, here's a question.
I'm getting increasingly obsessed with bolt action. I'm really getting excited to paint and collect loads of different forces. It really inspired me on Monday night to see Ricky's collection of World War II models, because I was like,
Did you send your email to Warlord, by the way?
oh shit, no I haven't.
Please tell me you've still got the cellophane on it.
I have not touched it or unpacked it at all. I will do that as soon as live stream is finished. So I got the island hopping starter 2-player starter set for an absolute steal. I thought 60 quid off one of the retailers at Dicini. And so that means having more Japanese models is basically cheese meat, because it was a second edition box. If anybody does not know this, if you find any second edition starter box that comes with a little A5 second edition rulebook in it, say you find it at a reduced price from a retailer, if you photograph the box with the sticker that says second edition on the top corner, I think it's a little red and yellow book. Exactly, you get a free rulebook. So Warlord will post you, if you email trade, I think it's trade@warlord.com or something like that, you can get a free third edition rulebook to update your starter set. Obviously, I have the hardback already, but David doesn't have a third edition, so it's like, okay, no problem.
I've got a pristine, brand new in-box second edition up there, though.
But that doesn't help. So yeah,
I'm not sold.
again, they're really great for generally.
Not salty about that, honest governor.
You nearly got. Oh, Ewok, hello, sir. Ewok nearly got kicked off the Warlord Factory tour. Go on, if you can, please put that story in the chat. What? So yeah. But yeah, 60 quid for that starter. I think it's like 24 models for Japs, 24 American.
Well, the best is we sort of calculated it out, didn't we?
Yeah.
The Chiha that you get and the American, say they're 20 quid each.
I think you get an armored car for the Yanks, don't you?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Half track, don't you?
Yeah.
But call them 20 quid each, because that's basically what they are there or thereabouts. You're paying another 20 quid at your discounted rate to get another, what was it, 30, 35 minis?
No, it's 24 for each side, so 48 plastic.
So another 48 minis.
And then you're going to get weapon teams as well. I think you get at least one metal weapon team for each faction. And there's 3 terrain pieces. There's a Japanese bunker and 2 little spider hole pieces.
Not foxhole equivalents.
Yeah, cast in resin. So 60 quid. I was like, yes. And what's great is I'm now out of the gate with my Americans, because obviously I want to do the island hopping stuff from the campaign book that I got for Christmas. So I'm well up for that. But yeah,
what was the interior colour of an SDK?
Sorry?
What was the interior colour of an SDK?
I think it was basically the primed out the factory, that sort of yellow brown. Is it Dunkelgelb?
Oh, what, the phosphate primer?
Yeah. I think they were all primed the same all over. Interior, and then obviously I don't know about your bench seating, but it's probably black if there is any.
I've got bench seating because I'm currently putting that in, but the best thing is, because this is an engineer one with the boat, not the boats, with the bridge on the side of it.
Yep.
It's got a fucking metric shit ton of jerry cans in the back of the vehicle.
Oh, that's cool. So the back isn't completely empty.
The back isn't completely empty. No, it's got half-length benches and then a load of jerry cans.
That sounds pretty cool. So yeah, like I say, I'm getting increasingly obsessed with bolt action, and I have been looking at the Warlord website a lot. And I just thought I'd sort of basically point everybody to go and look, because there's some fantastic stuff. They also had a great little deal, which is, I don't know if it's over yet, but it'll be over soon. They were doing 15% off VE Day. So if you are watching us live, or you're watching us in the next 24 hours, it might be worth going and checking to see if those offers are still up, or whether they've come down. What?
They just clearly don't have a sense of humour, Ewok.
What?
They were in the resin casting section, and the bloke said he processed about 350 to 400 cavities, as they call them in the trade, don't you know? And then some handsome idiot, hi there, said, oh, it's a bit like working in Turkish customs then.
Fucking hell. Oh, nice one, Ewok. Fucking hell. my god, that's brilliant. Nice one. Ah. What do? Just take you to one side and have a quiet word in your ear. Let's see if I can change web pages and not lose David's audio. Quick, go quick. This was a little fantastic. Now, I'm sure I'm the idiot here, and everybody else will have seen this video, but Bigley Miniature Adventures, I saw this came up in my feed. This is about 2 months ago, I think he did this one. And it's a great little video. And in fact, David, pay attention. You need to go and watch this, because I'd like us to do, maybe this isn't a whole topic, but basically what Lee talks about is the 7 ages of a wargamer. And he gives them all cool names like Primal Wargamer and like the Golden Age Gamer and stuff like that. But he does such a good job of describing the sort of like some of the things that we go through, like the Butterfly Gamer, where you buy tons of shit more than you can cope with. And he just, I was sitting there listening to the video going, yep.
Are we technically all 7 at once?
But do you know what? The thing is, that's because, again, he says, obviously, not every gamer experiences the 7 ages in the same order. And as he was going through them, I was like, yeah, do you know what I mean? It was such a fantastic video, because it got me thinking about my own experience. And what I'd like us to do is maybe give our stories, like our wargaming stories, in the context of this video, because it's just great. This is a really good video. And as I say, just brilliant. I just had to shout it out having watched it, because it's just an absolute cracker. That's the 7 Ages of Wargaming by Miniature Adventures. I can't remember. Did you tell me about this one, mate? This is. Yeah, sorry about that. I think David's audio dropped off. So, Ewok says, "What stage is the Vegas years of wargaming?" Because that's where I think I am. Fucking hell. Yeah, there's been there's more drama from Spain, isn't there, mate?
Yeah, but Vallejo aren't at the centre of it this time. It's Mig instead. Yay! Tick that off your bingo card.
Fucking hell.
Oh, right. This goes back a long way. There's been a lot of dirty laundry aired on this. Basically, Big Creative, who were partnershiping with MiG for some new paints, had involved several painters like Orc Painter Nerd and some other guys over a number of years for demoing paints. He came out earlier in the week, basically absolutely pillaging MiG for decisions that they'd made and done. And then MiG have counterclaimed and basically said, well, if your company's gone bust, you can make what allegations you like. It's a lot of dirty laundry. If you like drama, go give it a read.
Yeah, it really confused me, because I couldn't have our Megan. So our Big Brother Creative, are they in trouble or something? Because their website still seems to be up.
I'm not sure. I believe, from what MiG have basically said, is, well, when you're one step away from bankruptcy or you're in the process of going bankrupt, who gives a fuck?
I don't know.
And the other, again, it's just like there's no need to throw that kind of shit about.
Do you know what? There's just so much fucking drama in this. It's like they both seem to have they both released similar paint but under different names. So you've got like the Ionic from, was it Big Brother or whatever,
Iconic,
Little Brother Creative or whatever the shit they're called. and then Mig
Big Child Creatives.
Oh, but yeah, and Mig call it something else, the Atom paint range. Because there is a review video out there from old Starly, for the paints, and they don't. I mean, they obviously seem pitched towards high-end scale modelling, but yeah, I didn't really get this, to be honest. I think as well, the other thing that seems to be a lot of people seem to be commenting was the guy at Mig seems to be a little bit naive with his business operations, because I think he's fallen foul of this sort of shit before. AK Interactive, I think, he had a bit of a hoo-ha with over a similar thing.
Yeah,
Facebook
I mean,
page.
again, I don't get why all this shit needed to be thrown out in the open. Do you know
No.
what I mean?
It is sad.
If you've got issues, keep it behind closed doors. You don't need to slag everyone off on the internet, and particularly the way it's been done through Instagram, because at the moment you've got Big Child Creative statement
That's
on
it.
screen.
Yeah, I think I did get the
Mig's statement is about 4 times the size going back.
I won't go to it and change it until you finish talking. Let me go and see if I can bring up the other one. Just stay quiet for a minute, because I think it'll. Oh no, I only bothered putting this one up in the end because it's all much of a fucking muchness. Yeah, like I say, what it means for the companies involved, I don't know. I don't know if you're a user of the Ionic or the Atom paints. But it might be worth keeping an eye out if you are users of those paints and are interested in them. It might be worth keeping an eye on this, because you might find that there are products you can't get hold of, as this all fucking, unwinds. This was quite an interesting video as well. So funnily enough, we did a video about the idea of these paint sets, didn't we?
Yeah, we didn't
the Infinity
do it too
ones.
long ago, did we? Yeah.
Well, I'm obviously we played N5. I played N5 recently with Alex, and I hadn't realised, because actually I've got quite a good JSA collection and I'm not really in the market to buy Infinity at the moment. It had sort of slipped my notice how Corvus Belli was sort of like overhauling their the way they're marketing Infinity, and this video does a good job. Who is it? It's the Dice Gods Wargaming. I think he's primarily Infinity in terms of his content, but what basically, to keep a long story short, with N5 coming out, Infinity are reformatting what they call, there's an essentials box for each faction, or there will be eventually, and then to go with that, there's like a supplementary box, and he discusses the Yujing one and the Nomads one, and while they're not perfect, and as an absolutely experienced Infinity veteran, this guy was sort of pointing out that there were some issues with the model selections in the boxes. For basically, I think it's like €110, you can pretty much buy a reasonably well flavoured and put together force for Infinity for these factions, just by buying these 2 boxes.
I mean, again, I looked at, I think they did a Winter Ops one.
Did they?
Kaldheim, which
right.
is the set, not Kaldheim. Was it Kaldheim?
Kaldheim was the starter, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Operation Kaldheim, was it?
Yeah, because that's the set that I got into. And then they did an expansion box for it later because they've added a load more Winter Ops stuff as
yeah,
well now.
so this is the same idea, but it's not for the 2-player starters. It's literally like, I'll see if
No, but that's what I'm saying, because
Yeah.
I've got the 2-player starter. I didn't see the point in collecting it because I've already got half the units in the boxes anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I totally get that, mate. But I tell you what, one thing I am gonna do is when the combined army ones come out, I am gonna hold off because I might buy them.
Yeah.
Because, as I say, this is a great video. It goes through the boxes. He puts the models into the army builder, builds lists with them, discusses whether it's actually a good list for a beginner, how flavorful it is for the faction, and it's if you want to, I love videos like this because, as somebody who's a bit of a gaming magpie who skips from one thing to another, I never really get real deep into games now because I don't have the time to. But a video like this that can just tell me so much about a product, I now know exactly what those boxes are, whether they're worth buying for me. It's just such a great video. And I hope he does a similar thing for the others as they come out, because it's just a great community resource for people who want to go and spend their money. So yeah, I thought this was a cool vid. Now we've got a piece of sort of like a community service announcement. If any of you play Carnivale and had wondered where the gang builder's gone, apparently it had become a bit unstable, or the coding was getting a bit shit, and TT Combat don't have the staff to keep it maintained. So what they've done is they've offloaded the Carnivale army builder sort of function to this web app called New Recruit, which I believe is free to use. So if you were somebody who was using the gang builder to build your Carnivale lists, with all the modified points and stats and cards, it's now over on New Recruit. The URL is newrecruit.eu. Okay, and it's just an in-browser application for army building, a la sort of what was that other one? Battlescribe idea.
I don't get why they had such an issue fucking maintaining it.
I don't.
Because at the end of the day, it was just a fucking web page. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did they get an orangutan to fucking code their website?
To be honest, it is often difficult to understand though. Like, I did some web design back in the day using PHP and Java, JavaScript and HTML5. So I don't know why they couldn't have found somebody just to, because it must have been like simple XML data files or something. It can't have been a huge technical undertaking, even if it was database driven, using SQL or something like that. It's like, do you know what I mean? But then again, obviously it was more complicated and more effort than they could be arsed with, so they've offloaded it on the...
Yeah, but the thing being, Paul, are they also going to offload the drop zone one?
I don't know, mate. But to be fair, if it ever does go fucking down, probably look here first. I mean, it is obviously being updated because it says that the Carnivale data file was updated something like 24, 48 hours ago. So, but yeah, if you were wondering where it's gone here. There you go.
The fuck did my brushes go?
Obviously, now I've found it, I'll have a play with it and see whether it gives you, because I did like the old one. It did print some very nice, useful lists. To be fair, Cheese Me, you can pick your theme. This is the basic bitch theme, but there is like dark mode, and there's loads of different CSS files that will dress it however you want it. I think there are 6 options when you log on to it. I'm somebody who values functionality above looks, so Ewok had to go there. Good lad. But yeah, that's the fucking news. A bit of a smorgasbord today, this week, but yeah, there's some great little vids out there. Look, Cheese Me, I picked the ugly one because I like it.
Wow. Question.
Toros, a couple of months ago at work, they asked why I didn't create a formula on Excel to calculate something rather than using a calculator. I laughed for hours. Oh, fucking hell. I like it.
Question.
Yes.
This Geek Gaming Base Scenics Base Ready stuff,
Yours.
does it need sealing after, or can I just PVA dip and go?
I seal mine, if I'm honest. I would, you can either do it the easy way, which is like just pipette a bit of PVA on the top tomorrow when they're dry, or you could do what I do, which is basically put all of the miniatures on like a fucking cake rack, and then just spray them with watered down PVA out of one of them spray bottles.
I will pipette them.
Because it matte varnishes them at the same time. Ewok, if you're a Star Wars fan, then you laugh for path's sakes. To be fair, if you're a fan of Star Wars, Ewok, I'm not sure what you've got to laugh about at the minute. What with Disney fucking slaughtering your beloved franchise, and all of the games dying. Although it looks like Legion's being given a reprieve. Still, that's what I think. Shall we get on to the main topic, mate?
Do we have to give our opinion?
It's probably not worth it. Let's just skip it. Let's not bother. So yeah, opinions.
This sort of came about because I was getting a little bit sick and tired of the corporate internet shilling certain people are doing on YouTube for games and everything else, and just recommending things at the drop of a hat without actually having played the game or experienced the game, etc. Do you know what I mean?
Was it content creators, or what?
It
what
was content. It was content creators, like fucking Instagram reels as well of content creators reviewing board games, and it's like, look at this game that's just coming out and just releasing on Kickstarter, and I have nothing even in hand on my YouTube channel or my Instagram to actually say that I've played this game. I've just taken the money and gone.
Okay, so it was like essentially the worst and most cynical versus basically paid for advertising.
Yeah.
I mean, my take on it is this. I think you need to separate out. You need to be. I work in healthcare, right? and one of the things that we get trained to do in healthcare is that the first thing that you do whenever you see any information is that you question the source. And obviously that gives me a particular viewpoint on this sort of this conversation. I would broadly break sort of like the opinions on stuff into three areas. There's what I would call reviews. Okay, so a review for me needs to have some critical elements in it. And if I see somebody reviewing things and they're always positive, my spider senses will tingle. The other thing is it's probably more what you're talking about, which is the content creator or blogger who just enthusiastically gushes about something without necessarily, doing like a ranking out of 10 or a grade A to C, grade A to E or whatever. So it's not like a scored review, but it's just a gush. Okay?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
And for me, the third sort of like opinion category is what I would call night cheese, is the useful one, is the good one. And that one is a community opinion. Okay?
Yes.
Always question the source, Ewok says, like it's 1 a.m. in a curry house. Cheeseme says OTT is the best, everything else sucks. I love the guys at OTT, but I would have I have an issue with OTT in the context of what we're talking about. That is really no shame on them, but it's a potential problem. Okay, Tauros Warlord can't sculpt. Yeah, that's an opinion, Tauros. Yeah. Ewok Kill Team featuring Katie Price. I can't imagine that would make that game better, mate. It's a pretty good game already. I don't think she'd add much. Social media for fake reviews for clicks. Yeah, says Cheese Meat. The Rage Bite is it? Thanks, Taros. The Rage Bite title is the only reason I'm here tonight. Always this question. Curry is a source. So, yeah, right. Okay, so let's get into it. Reviews. Now, reviews. I think the board game sector of tabletop gaming is served really well by reviews.
Yes.
Because there are definitely content creators out there who will produce a review of a board game and it will give you the pros and it will absolutely address the warts and the problems, and they may give you a grade or a score.
There's a lot of, particularly in the board game sector, there's a lot of, well, if you like this, you'll probably like this.
Yeah. But that's useful, isn't it?
No, and I'm not saying it's not useful. That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe wargaming could learn a little bit here.
Do you know what I did think when I was researching for this topic? It doesn't seem to be a thing that wargaming has. People who will literally say, this game is okay, but these are its issues. Do you know what I mean? A really honest...
Again, isn't it like the Dice Tower guys that say, well, actually, whilst this is good, you'd be better off if you want to buy this for a certain flavour of game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, again, we've talked about it before. When the Dice Tower does a review, obviously they give it to one of their staff. And to be honest, they normally give it to the staff who's probably going to look most positively on the product. Because unlike war games, which I think are less varied than board game products, and role-playing game products to a certain degree, most role-playing games work on a very basic course premise, which I think is true of war games. But board games can be hugely varied. You can have didn't Sam come back to Dice Tower, Ewok, or has he gone again? The thing is like with a bigger channel like the Dice Tower is a bit unique because there are so many people in it that it can give you multiple opinions in one platform, which is unusual. What's more typical is you have a sole content creator who's reviewing board games. But the thing is, it's like when I used to read album reviews in like the Metal Hammer and Kerrang magazines, yeah? You very quickly learn whether a reviewer fits with you, because reviewing something is hugely it's
opinionated and tasteful.
Again, it comes back to we're using the opinion word again. It's just their opinion, okay? And it is useful to a point. You know, you need to know, okay, well, David and I have had a couple of experiences recently, Gloomhaven and Moonstone. If I look on the internet...
No, before you even come to our experiences, can we just give an honourable mention here to awards? Because we didn't cover it in the news, but the awards shortlist for UK Games Expo has been released.
Yeah.
It does not fill me and Paul with anticipation because it all just looks a bit meh. The biggest thing that I have seen on the shortlist for UK Games Expo Awards is Torch and Shield, that I am into for their first rule set, have got a possible award for best rules, which I'd be excited to see them win. But the competition isn't particularly fierce in that category.
From your point of view.
And just coming to in my point of view, and just coming to what Paul was about to say about Moonstone and Gloomhaven, both have won awards at UK Games Expo, Eschen Spiel, Board Game Geek Top 100 for however fucking long Gloomhaven was at the top of that list for. Does it actually mean the game's any good? In our opinion, fuck no.
No, because we didn't enjoy either game particularly. And this is something else that has sort of kick-started this topic for us, is that we realised that we need to take a more circumspect approach to opinion that we see. So I first thing to say is, if you can be critical and analytical in the way that you review something and actually set out its pros and cons in a very clear way, because obviously you can be verbose and you can make yourself look clever, but unless people get what you're trying to tell them, the message may still get lost. Yeah, that's exactly my point, Ewok. Do you know what I mean? And I think gaming and music have a lot in common. There are just so many things about a game that, and again, you can have 90% of people saying this is great. I mean, this is popular music. Look at it; it's #1 in the charts, and you listen and you think, yeah, it doesn't do anything for me. Nothing. And I'm beginning to get this sort of vibe about games. It's like I know what I like, and I've also realised it doesn't necessarily mean that I like what's popular or what everybody else likes, but that's fine.
We're
Awards,
just going to live in
yeah.
our little weird corner of the internet. But I just wanted to
Toros
say
says
about...
awards are a bit poo. How can you vote for something unless you played played every game, I think he means, on a shortlist. People are just guessing what might be good. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, Toros, that's where it's a public award. Sometimes these things awards are not public. It's like painting competitions. It's a panel that chooses. And again, who are the panel? What are they choosing and why? Do you know what I mean?
Have the panel even played the game, or are they just reading the rules?
Yeah, I mean, again, do you know what, Ewok? I will look at that, mate. Folklore the Affliction. I assume it's a real product and you're not being your usual sarcastic, cajolery self. But I will have a look at that because I like the premise of Gloomhaven. And to be fair, David was saying he's seen on the internet, everybody says Frosthaven is much better. It's much cleaner. It's more refined. The chap who made it, I can't remember his name, has knocked a lot of the corners off. And again, I have it, so maybe we should try it. But yeah, I'll look at that one as well. So moving on to the second one. I think this is where most content producers for wargaming sit. And this is this area where it doesn't matter what they're talking about, they tend to gush about it. So I love Ash Barker and I love Guerrilla Miniature Games.
Yeah.
If I want to see a game played or to learn how to play a game with a Let's Play video, I will go to Ash. What I won't do is go to Ash to find out if I might like a game. Because Ash seems to like everything. And I'm sure that is completely improbable that I would like everything the way that Ash does. It just can't be so. And bless them, the guys on Tabletop are sort of similar to this. And I get it. You know, the thing is, those guys...
I mean, again, at the end of the day, they've got to run the channel. They've got to feed the channel. They've got to keep the channel going.
Well, more than that, they've got to advocate for the industry. And it's a really tough line to take when you're supposed to be advocating for an industry. It's really tough to be going and say, it's not your best work, though, is it? You know, compared to your last game, not really the best. Do you know what I mean? And I totally get it. The thing is, Ewok, it's individual. It's an individual thing. Like, because again, gaming is a form of entertainment, right? There are people who love field sports, athletics, that sort of thing. I don't. But that doesn't mean that it's not, you know, it doesn't demean it, it doesn't cheapen it, it doesn't devalue it as entertainment for them. It just means it's for them, not for me. And this is, you know, as a note of caution, just bear this in mind. When you click on your usual channel of choice, and they're extolling the virtues of this game or that game or the other game, just remember that just because they're enthusiastic for it doesn't really mean that it's gonna sing for you. I can't think of a better way of putting it, to be honest.
We have repeatedly, and we're going to still keep banging the try before you buy drum until it's all in everybody's thick skulls.
Toros just nailed it.
The best way you can come to an opinion is come to your own opinion.
Yeah.
Do not follow the pack. Try it, play it, form your own values. Again, we are very critical here of Gloomhaven, as we've already spoken about. There are thousands of people on the internet that would be screaming at their monitors right now saying, well, we're completely fucking wrong, and how could we be so obtuse and thick and everything else? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a toughie.
I mean, Toros makes a fantastic point. He says, in his opinion, it takes 4 or 5 games of something to make an informed decision. And that, mate, is spot on. And I'll be honest, this is the other thing about the gush thing that annoys me. It's like one of the worst pieces of content that I see are box openings and like rulebook flip throughs when people, and I get it, because of the way YouTube works and because of the way the news cycle works, everybody wants to be the first to make the video, to get the clicks, to drive the engagement, blah blah blah, because it's a living for a lot of these people. But the problem is exactly what you've said. What have you actually done with this game? What engagement have you had with this game? What can you share with me about your experience with this game? It's like, do you know, a good one I saw recently was Uncle Atom. What the hell? Tabletop Minions. He did a Trench Crusade. And he sat down, he played Trench Crusade, and then he sat down with Sam Lenz, and they did a little piece to camera about their feelings about the game they just had. And it had a level of candid presentation. It was informed by experience. It was based on what they'd just done. And it had a level of credibility to it that was awesome. It was great. But
I'll tell you the other thing.
Yes, I do, Taurus.
We've already mentioned it of, well, people don't do comparisons in war games of reviews. I tell you, the one place people will do comparisons of war games as a review, it's fucking shop floors at like events at UK Games Expo and everything else. They get you and say to you, oh, have you played that game? This is a little bit like that. And don't get me wrong, as a sales pitch, gives you an idea of what you're going into. When you then play said game,
Yeah. The it's like thing is, I mean, it's shorthand, but is it useful shorthand? Probably not, really. Let's be fair. We'll have to wait. I can't wait till the first person says that to you at UKG this year. It's just like, and you sort of like lunge across the fucking counter out. What do you say? Oh dear, fucking hell. Yeah, I don't know if there's much else to say. It all comes from a good place, and you know, we need people to be enthusiastic advocates for the hobby, but yeah, yes, yeah, yeah, because he used what? Because he used an analogy outside of the wargaming thing.
And he used
Yeah, 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 yeah. I know what you mean, mate. Um, uh, could be so. Oh shit, David. Oh, sorry guys. I keep forgetting that. I was trying to open my painting guide. I think we lost David. I think he's back now. I'm gonna have to.
hello.
I'm gonna have to fix this fucking audio thing. Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's so fucking annoying. Ewok says one of the perennial problems with board games, they give you a plethora of variants to explore, but you always play the vanilla of the game because there's always someone who hasn't played it before. That's true. That's again, we've sort of touched on this, I think, in a previous live stream about because again, I think it came up when we were talking about whether you actually want to dig deep into one game or play lots of games, because it's like if you get a game and you have 50 scenarios, do you ever play them? Do you ever play all those supplementary missions? Do you ever play the fucking add-on content, or do you just play 10 to 12 games in basic mode and then move on to playing something else? Uh Ewok says he's going to sell his side if Toro is interested. I again, Scythe. I played it twice. It's okay. I wouldn't fucking buy it. If somebody said, "Do you fancy a game of Scythe?" and I was sit with a load of gamers, I wouldn't say. It's like if somebody said, "Would you want to play 40k?" I'd probably go, "No, I'm good, thanks. I'll go and find something else to do." If somebody said, "Do you want to play Scythe?" I'd probably play it, but yeah, no, I wouldn't buy it. Just in case anybody missed it, David made a comment about Margrave by Three Sail Studios and said what a fantastic job they did of saying their game was like a computer game rather than comparing it to a game in the tabletop gaming space, which he found really useful and more honest than saying when it's like Game X, because again that provokes.
Well, again, even you went. I kind of get what you're going on about, but
Even-
it's not really my cup of tea because I don't play those computer
Yeah.
games. But then actually, you demoed it with us,
Yeah,
and we're like, actually, yeah, no, I get what you're saying with unlocking the tech tree and going through. And again, fucking massive shame that didn't make its Kickstarter funding.
yeah, totally. Because I think it had a unique selling point that was really interesting, and I would have enjoyed exploring it, to be honest. But again, it's the other way to look at it is we've got enough on our fucking plate without adding another game. What else? So we've
What's your
talked
final
about
one on the list because we've spoken about gushing.
yeah, there was
We've
gushing
spoken about
reviews. Right, the last one for me, this is the one that's most useful, which is community or peer group sort of like opinions, because it comes back to what we said before. Like, if I watch 500 hours of videos by the Dice Tower, I will work out whether Z Garcia likes the same kind of things that I do, or whether Tom vassal likes the same sort of things that I do. But here's a thought. If you just ask the people that you already know and already have spent a shit ton of time with, you know, your friends, you already answered that question because you know that person. Do you know what I mean? You already have.
And again, here's the thing: if you've particularly if you've played a couple of games with them, and after the games you've kind of done the analytical thing that me and Paul love to do, which is, well, I liked it, but I didn't really like it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know that's a very Lincolnshire thing to repeat the word twice. Basically, what I'm saying there, boys and girls, is I'll play it, but I've got other shit that I can actually be getting on with instead. So
Yeah.
I'm going to do that instead. Whereas, like, Malifaux, I'm still here going, oh, I want another couple of demo games of it. And then I'm going to still be deep diving into the lore. And then I can get what I want in 2026 and all's good in the hood. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And after one game, I have fallen in love with that system. And didn't do too badly playing said game after one game. It's been quite exciting for me. By the same token, you had played a game of Moonstone and watched a demo at Expo?
No, I only played a game against David using the 2-player start set.
But did you do that pre or post as purchasing?
Pre.
So you had at least played a game.
Yes.
And therefore had some experience.
But it's like Ewok. It's like, not Ewok, it's like Toros said. I played one game. What I should have done was said to David, this is David W., another guy at our club, let's play another game, or let's try this again. Because I really should have, because again, it still baffles me a bit that I missed some of the issues that came up when we played it. And the only other thing I can think of is that the limited model collection and the way that the 2-player box is curated is actually such a great job that it was able to cover a lot of the sins.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but again, this is what I'm saying. I took what you said, and this isn't me being accusatory. This is me just saying I took what you said of, oh, you played a game of this and it's not that bad. Right, let's get into it then.
Yeah.
I took what you said at face value, and then afterwards was like, I really fucking wish I hadn't.
Yeah, and again, we've both learned a valuable lesson from it, I think. And it will make us more circumspect. Some might say cynical.
Because again, you have similar experience with Flames, don't you? We've played you've played what, 2 games of Flames now, and you're still on the fence. Whereas I pushed through it, got my terrain collection, and I actually really enjoy playing Flames of War.
Yeah, I mean, again, Flames for me is what you just said. I don't mind, but I'm not hyped for it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know entirely what you mean.
I think it could grow on me, and it could be a game that I warm to and grow to think more fondly of. But at the moment, it's good but not great. And I think the biggest issue I've got is the assault rules don't make any sense for me, and they just seem really clunky.
Yeah, don't worry, it still doesn't get any better after 4 games, mate. Every time I go to an assault with Alex, I'm like, right, let's consult the rulebook and fucking pray that we get this right this time.
Ewok says, so does everyone have a game, in their opinion, that's a hidden gem, a miniature game and a board game? And I'm assuming you mean, by a hidden gem, you mean something that it's either not known in the wider gaming space, or it's not well thought of, but you think it's a star. That's interesting.
My board game is probably Tindaya.
Yeah.
The reason I say it's Tindaya, it was their first game from that particular development house. It was a fucking steal on Zatu when I bought it as well. And even though we've had our ass handed to us by the conquistadors multiple times,
Yeah.
I think it's actually a really good game. There's mechanics and stuff there and layers there that you wouldn't necessarily think are there when you first look at it. But actually, when you play it, it really does sing. Do you know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. Do you know what? I don't think I do have an answer for you, Ewok. Shakos, hello. I hope you had a good evening at club, mate. Flames is okay, Toro says, but I prefer command decision or test of battle, as it's called now. Again, obviously Toros with the historical rule sets we've entered his area of expertise. Do you know what, Ewok? I don't think I do have an answer for you, mate. In terms of a game that's sort of like really weird and niche and nobody plays anymore. But I think it's still great or is great and nobody else does. I mean, I guess the game that I'm most enthusiastic about that is really small and not widely played is Burrows and Badgers. I think it's a
What
great.
about your Volsung as well?
Well, do you know what? I haven't played enough to say that. It's like Aliens versus Predator. I like the idea. I've played the board game that Prodos did a bit. I love the miniatures. I love the setting. Is the miniature war game rule set any good? I can't say. Because I've never played it as a war game. I want to, and I intend to, but I haven't. So I don't know. I don't think I can do that. But yeah, opinions. The most important opinions are the opinions of the people that you know and you trust.
I
But
would
even
like.
then, the try before you buy thing is essential. I think with any war game or board game or role playing game. I experimented with a ton of weird RPGs, Star Wars. There was like a modern combat one that I can't even remember the name of that I played at university. I played Mega Traveller. And although role-playing games are a bit weird because they're very games master dependent, you've still got to try before you know whether it's really for you.
I would like to just include an honourable mention, which is the internet and social media.
What do you mean?
So, what I mean by this is, particularly with the advent of like Discord groups, Facebook groups, all that kind of jazz, right? Where you've got a community of like minded individuals that have signed up for it, joined a forum post, and they're just discussing their ideas of what's cool or what they've been up to. Do you know what I mean? That element of it.
Yeah.
And then you have the person that walks in without even asking and turns around and goes, "You're playing the game wrong." I'm sorry. What? You're playing the game wrong. This is a much better way to
Are you still talking about social media and online?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know where.
If you don't have something positive to add to the
Do you know what?
comment, don't bother making it.
I think. Do you know what's most important about the point you've just made is clarifying what we mean by community.
Yeah.
And I mean this in no way to throw shade, but an online community is not the same as a flesh and blood gaming group.
No, and that's why I wanted to sort of do it as an honourable mention.
It is
a fucking.
It's a good shout because, and do you know what I mean? It's not to say that has no value. Wider communities, I mean, social media and just social communities, internet communities have done so much to change the face of all sorts of hobbies, interests, and that sort of thing, that it's great. But in terms of informing your decision to spend cold hard cash, it can't be the people that you know as friends and the people that you spend a lot of your time with.
Can I add a second game to my hidden gem list, please?
Go on.
That's not miniatures. Imperium Classics, Imperium Horizons, and Imperium Legends.
Yeah. That's the...
Because even though they're from Osprey, they are not overly well known.
No, I think that's fair. They're not.
But fuck me, are they good games?
Oh no, I've painted the fucking belt wrong brown.
Right, I think that's all we've really got to say on opinions, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Our opinions, like everybody else's, are basically worthless. If we say something's great, that means it's great for us. And to know whether something's great for you, try it.
Yeah.
Please God, try it. And if like Taros has said, try it more than once. And I tell you what, we've I think we've pretty much taken. I don't think we've played how many scenarios in Gloomhaven? 10?
Yes, if you're including reruns.
Yeah. Okay. So we've given Gloomhaven 30 hours at least, 40 hours probably.
Yeah, well, we've played for what, at least 5, if not 6 hour session.
Yeah, we did
5
not.
or 6 times.
We did not give up on it easily, and we know it's not for us. Moonstone, Moonstone, I would. Pardon me.
How many Moonstone games have we had now?
We've
3?
2 or 3. But one thing we haven't done is played. We haven't played Moonstone narrative scenarios with the weird, quirky rules.
Yeah,
and I want to try it just in case we're missing the sweet spot of the game.
Just in case it rescues it.
Yeah.
Can I get boys and girls' opinions from home if you come down to my desk, Paul?
Let me do that. I need to do content display, turn that off, turn this on. Da-da-da-dum. There you go.
Does he need snow?
Oh, fucking hell. Do you know what, mate? I don't know as they do.
I don't think they do either.
I mean,
it's quite pale.
That mountain shale look is good enough. I probably wouldn't bother. I mean, if you've got some dry grass tufts or some winter grass tufts, one on, a couple on each base would be great, but I'd be tempted to leave that as it is.
Just might want a wash.
No, it's maybe. I don't think it does. I think it looks really good.
But we have based nearly 30-odd miniatures tonight.
Well done. Did you see what Toros said? The reason you don't like Moonstone is because you're not playing it right.
Taurus, please educate us on how the fuck we're meant to be playing it then.
Oh dear, it's fucking
Yeah,
brilliant.
I will probably add some tufts across a couple of them.
Yeah, I think you should, just to break it up a bit. But I wouldn't wash it, mate. I think the color palette looks really good.
Well, I'm not going to wash them till after Monday anyway, so you get to see them in the flesh on Monday.
Toros, it's a stunty but no legs. Ewok. I know Paul isn't the tallest, but there's no need to be mean.
I need
Bastards.
to send you Hobgoblin list afterwards. And do you have enough of your rank and flank bases to also do some of mine?
Of course, mate. I got fucking thousands.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Just
we'll work
for
something
the
out.
big square bases is all I was thinking.
The only
mate.
problem, you won't be able to use any of my magnetic ones, obviously, because you don't have metal in your model bases.
No, but I don't need magnetic
No.
model bases because these are all 3D printed and light as fuck, and also
No, but I'm saying like a lot of mine are magnetized, so
yeah,
they
but it
only
doesn't
work
matter.
with my metal based models.
Doesn't matter.
Basic what the David's Dwarves Tauros are for any rank and flank game that he takes his fancy with. So we're going to use them for Oathmark, Hobgoblin, loads of games. Anything we could.
Old World.
Old World we could use them for.
Kings of War.
Do you know what? I don't know if I don't want to speak for him, but I think this is one of the things that's excited you about the project the most, mate, is that the different gaming experiences you can get with just one hobby project is huge.
I've spent one army. At the moment, I've done, excluding priming, probably about 9 hours on 3 units.
I'll be honest, Toros. The probability that one of us buys the Midgard rule set in 2026 is reasonably high.
Yeah.
I would like to play it first. I don't know if there's like a taster set of rules out there or what, but I would like to probably give it a try. But
we're hearing good things in chat from Midgard. You've got Ewok going, yeah, well, he's doing it for it. Shakos is going, it's ace.
Yeah, I know, but these people say Moonstone's brilliant. I don't trust them. Oh, do you know what? Shakos, thank you. Here's another parting shot with just 3 minutes to go. It is now, we're getting, now that we've got out of the dark days of winter, it is now wargaming show season. Okay? This is precisely what shows can be for. Trying games. Yeah? Get to a show and try a rule set out. Play a demonstration game. Is it as good as a friend showing you the ropes? No, because obviously you're going to have time constraints. The game's going to be very curated, etc., etc. Also, you might have somebody show you a game and do a really bad job of it, which will put you off. But it's better than nothing. But yeah.
And again, it'll at least give you an idea.
Yeah. And it'll give you more of an idea about whether you like a game than watching it played on the internet, or because even, do you know what, one of the things that I think is important about demonstration games is they give you a good impression of how much agency you have within the game.
Yes.
When you watch somebody play a game, it can seem like they're in total control of what's going on, but it can feel very different when you're playing the game.
Yes. I know entirely what you mean there, dude.
Shakos says, never played Moonstone, but I know it's multi-award winning. Yeah. we the case for the defence rests, my lord.
We're not rising to your bait, Shakos. We know you've only just arrived, but go rewatch what we spoke about earlier.
So yeah. There you go. That's for what it's worth, is the opinion of two idiots who know fuck all about no. So, just like everything else you'll find on the internet, absolutely worthless garbage. We better
wasted an hour of your life.
we better wrap it up. So, thank you very much. If you were watching the video later on YouTube, thank you very much to our audience, our co-stars over here in the chat. As usual, fantastic interaction, and it's just brilliant for David and myself. We need the guys in the chat to be our co-stars and make the show, because if it's down to us two, it'll be utter shit. If you can find time to do only one thing, please click the like button. Doesn't take but a second, and it will help with the YouTube algorithm just a titsy bitsy itsy little bit.
How the fuck did that get through the filtering walk?
Well, I've got it set to be so fast. Oh, nice doozer. Nice, like it. If you can find time to do any of the other YouTube stuff, share, comment, subscribe, then do that if that's your thing. And with that, David and I are out of here, and I have to go and photograph that Warlord box before I forget, because he needs his 3rd edition rulebook. Grab him, bastard. See you later, guys.
Bye.
It's another Thursday night. I see Crispin's wearing tights. Spanner's getting in the bath. Young David's full of wrath. Paula's tightening his straps. Where on his apron you saps. Technical difficulties. They're really such a crime. Technical difficulties. They happen all the time. It's Yellowbelly Tabletop 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 time. Cheese Meat is on day release. Tensil tries not to crease. He walks keeping nice and warm. In bed with Russian uniform. Meanwhile, the handyman is opening up the can. Technical difficulties. They're really such a crime. Technical difficulties. They happen all the time. It's Yellowbelly Tabletop time. It's Yellowbelly Tabletop time. It's Yellowbelly Tabletop time. It's Yellowbelly Tabletop time. Cheese Meat is on day release. Damn chef tries not to crease, but he walks keeping nice and warm. In bed with Russian uniform. Meanwhile, the handyman is opening another can. It's Yellowbelly Tabletop time. It's Yellowbelly Tabletop time. is not decrease, and Ewoks keeping nice and warm in bed with Russian uniform. Meanwhile, the handyman is opening another can.